Hey everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So in the series of learning Python programming language, today we are going to work on a project, and that is we are going to make a calculator, right? Okay, it's a simple one. We will be implementing only 4 operations like plus, minus, into and divide, but it's a little bit tricky, right? Okay, now first thing, let me just show you what we are going to make, what kind of output it will show you. Okay, let's run this first. Okay, so whenever you run that, it will show like it will ask first thing, enter first number. So I am entering like 2. Then you have to pick an operation, plus, minus, into and divide, any operation like plus. Then it will ask for second number. Second number is suppose 4. So it will give 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, the addition. Then it will ask like enter y to continue calculation with 6. If you want to continue the calculation, further calculation with this output, or you can start a new calculation, so you can press N to start a new calculation, or if you want to exit, then you can press X, right? So I want to continue with the with 6, so I will enter Y. So pick an operation. Okay, it will ask like minus, so it will ask for the next number. Next number is suppose 1. So it should give 6 minus 1, 5. See, it is giving you 6 minus 1, 5. Right? Same, if you want to continue again with this 5, then you can press Y. Otherwise, if you want to start a new calculation, then you have to enter N. So enter. Now it will ask freshly, like first number, second number, and the operation and all. Right? Or one more thing you can implement, like if you enter Y, then it will clear this previous screen, right? And then freshly it will ask enter first number like this. So enter first number, suppose 4, and then pick an operation like into and 7. 4 into 7, 28. Same, now I want to exit. So X, enter X, and that's it. So that is a kind of thing you have to make. So we will be using functions, then as well as dictionaries. Like this thing you can do with the switch statement as well, switch and if, elif, and these kind of things, nested if else, right? That is also possible. So I think that is very simple when you can do that thing yourself. We will use here another thing, that is recursion. Although I haven't discussed recursion yet, but let me just tell you briefly what is recursion. If a function calling itself, then it is a recursion. Let me just show you this thing with the help of an example. Okay, let's comment this code, and here only, see, recursion is what, suppose I'm having a function display only. So it will take nothing as an argument, and it will just print hi. And within the function, I am calling this function again. So see, sorry, I am calling this function display. So control will go here now. It will search for the definition of the function display. Now it will print hi, and again within this function, we are again calling this function display. So now control will again go to the definition of the function, then again print hi, then again display, like this. So function, the display is calling itself. Within the function only we are calling this display again. So it is what a recursion. It would be in a loop. That would be an infinite loop. So let me just show you what output you will get. See, it's infinite loop like this. Hi, it is printing like this. Okay. So now it has been stopped because see, the recursion error is there. The maximum recursion depth exceeded while calling a Python project. So this is what a recursion. So this kind of concept will be using this kind of, not exactly this concept will be using in this project, right? So in detail we were discussing about recursion in later videos, but I hope you got the basic. What is recursion? That's all you need for this project, right? Dictionary will be using and functions, right? So now you know what kind of output it should show. I have told you. Now pause the video and try this out. Okay, I hope you have done this. Let's create a new file, calculator project.py. I think it's 6th project in the series. Till now we have discussed 5 projects, simple one. So first we will define for function: add, subtract, multiply and divide. Like add, and it will accept only two numbers. So two parameter you need to give, either x, y, a, b, number 1, number 2, n1, n2, any variable name you can take, right? And it will just return a plus b. Why we are returning? I think you have watched the previous video, the difference between print and return, and why we should return, why we should use this return rather than just print. In which cases when we want to further use this value. And yeah, in this project, for this project, we want to use this value further again, right? Because I have told you, like, enter y to continue calculation with the previous output. So rather than printing, you have to use a return, right? Now I think it's clear to you now, more clear to you, like what is the difference between print and return. So now pause the video, and if you haven't tried this out, it's okay, you are doing with me. So pause the video and now let's define the for function like this, same. Okay, so now we have the definition of these four functions: add, subtract, multiply and divide. Now one way is you can use switch statement, enter a choice, enter 1 for add, 2 for subtract, 3 for multiply, 4 for divide, and you can write down the cases like case 1, then logic for addition, subtraction, like this, and then while loop and all. This thing you can also do, or you can use if else, if, elif, like this. That also you can do. There are multiple ways to, create this calculator, right, in Python. So one way we are using that one is little bit, you can say, is using some advanced concept like recursion. Now we are going to make a dictionary in which the key should be the symbol like plus, minus, into and multiply, and the value should be name of these functions, exact name of these functions. Okay, so create a dictionary. You can pause the video and try this out. So I'm taking a name like operations and dictionary. Okay, the way is, now key is this, sorry, plus, and value is name of the function add. So this is a dictionary, right? Now what is the main use of this dictionary? Because if we will fetch according to this key, then we will fetch this name of the function add, right? So that function will act as addition, like simply I'm not passing any specific name of that function. I'm passing just function and suppose two number n1 and n2. So if we fetch according to this key, then this function would be replaced with add. If we fetch according to the key minus, then this function would be replaced with subtract, then multiply and divide according to the key. Okay, let me just show you how we are going to do. Okay, now first obviously let's ask for input for number 1. So what was the output? First of all, it was asking enter first number, then it was showing the list of operations plus, minus, into, multiply, and then it was asking pick an operation, and after that for second number, right? So now we have asked for first number. Now you have to print out all the operations, this plus, minus, into and divide. So you can loop through this dictionary using a for loop. So you want to show only the keys. For that we have already discussed, right? How you can do that thing? Please pause the video and try this out. If you don't remember this thing, you can just revise that dictionaries concept, right? Then come to this video. Okay. Like any variable name you can take. I'm taking like 4 symbol in dictionary name operations dict, right? And then simply print the symbol. It will print all the symbol. It will loop through this dictionary and it will print all the keys only, not values, right? Now we will ask for the operation. Okay. Now pick an operation. So that thing will be storing in this op underscore symbol. Now we will ask for second input, number 2. Okay, let's see it's working or not. Let's run this and see. First of all, it is asking enter first number 2. then number of keys, pick an operation like plus, then second number, the spelling is wrong, so second number is 4. That's it. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, so now you have to do the main thing. Now according to this symbol, now you have to call either add, subtract, multiply or divide, whatever this operation the user has entered. According to that you have to call the function. Suppose I have entered plus. So now in this OP symbol I am having plus, right? So according to plus we can fetch this value add, right? Now how you will be fetching this value? See, name of the dictionary, and in index we will pass the key. So the key whatever you will enter, that could be in this variable OP symbol, right? So whatever it will fetch, suppose this is plus, so operation dict OP symbol, it will fetch add. So that thing we will store in a variable calculator function. Okay, now the name of this function is, at this point of time if you are entering plus, is add. Now add is in this calculator function. So simply now I can call this calculator function and I'll just pass number 1 comma number 2, these two number 1, number 2, whatever you have entered, right? And now it will, the calculator function name is add, so add number 1, number 2, so it will call this function add. Now it will return a plus b, so whatever it will return, obviously you have to store that thing in a variable. So suppose I am storing this in output. Now print this output. So with f string I am printing like number 1 and then whatever the symbol, operation symbol you have entered, user has entered, then number 2 and then equal to, the answer is in variable output, right? Okay, let's run this and see it's working or not. First number is suppose 1, then symbol is plus, then 4, and see it's working. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Yes. Now till this we are fine. But now you have to do something, because I don't want to exit. I want to ask from user. If you want to continue calculation with this 5, then press Y, then N if you want to start a new calculation, or X if you want to exit. And if I am pressing Y, then it will start calculation with this 5. So now number 1 becomes 5 and it will ask only operation again and the second number, that's it. You got it, right? So that logic you have to implement. I hope now, till now it's clear to you. Okay. So let's ask from user, like let's enter Y to continue calculation with the previous output. So previous output is in this variable output. That is why I am using f string, right? Or N to start, or simply N first of all to exit. Okay. Only two things we will implement for now. So whatever you will enter, that obviously I will store in a variable, and suppose variable name is should continue, or any variable name you can take, should continue. I am taking this, right? So, and let's convert this into lowercase here only, because if I press Y in capital letter, then it will be confused, because here I'll write down in if only small y. So if this should continue equal to small y, or if you want to consider both the cases, then you can write down like should continue equal to small y, or should continue equal to capital Y. That is also fine. But I am just converting this into lowercase. So I am just considering user should enter only small y. If it will enter capital Y, then it will convert automatically, it will convert into lowercase. Should continue equal to Y means I want to continue with this previous calculation, right? So in that case, I have told you, it will ask only the second number, the next number and operation. The first number is now equal to the previous output. Okay, fine. The number 1 becomes this, and now it will ask only this one, only pick an operation and this number 2, right? So this would be in a loop, not enter first number and calculation. This would be in a loop. So here just put this thing into a loop. I don't know number of iterations exactly, so the best loop is while loop. So while, but what condition you will put to exit? So let's take a variable and any flag, like I am taking continue flag. The name is continue flag, not continue flag, because continue is a keyword. So continue flag I am setting first true. Okay, now while continue flag. Now while true means now this everything below this while loop, this code should be, you can say, indented, right? So number 1 becomes output, then again while will be here, and then it will ask an operation, next number, and it will continue repeating this process. But what if I will not enter Y, I will enter N? So now this is the exit condition. Now we can flip this continue flag equal to false, right? And simply maybe we can print by. So continue flag becomes false, here it becomes false, while false means exit from the loop and out from this loop, right? Simply print by. Let's run this, it's working or not. First number 1, an operation, then second number, then 1 plus 3 is 4. Why to continue calculation with this 4? Okay, let's enter Y. See, it is asking pick an operation, minus. Next number is 1. So it will give you 4 minus 1 is 3. Now at this point of time I want to exit. So N, and that's it. Bye. Till now it's fine. But no. If I want to start a fresh calculation rather than this, the previous one, then okay, let's update this. Now here you have to modify, like N to exit, not N to start a new calculation, right? Or X to exit. Y to continue calculation with this output, N to start a new calculation, or X to exit. Okay, fine. Now you have to put something here. So if Y, then okay, it's fine. Now if not Y, then it would be N or X. So simply we cannot just write down else like this. No. So we can write down else if this should continue equal to X. Then continue flag becomes false and by. But what about this option N, if you want to start a new calculation, right? So simply I am just printing one more thing, just should continue equal to N. Then start a new calculation. Okay, now what do you think, where this control should go? Means start a new calculation means from starting it should ask what is first number, then it will show the operations, then again the second number and all. So from here, now what to do? You will put again a while loop here. No, here we will using recursion. So let's put this complete thing in a function, this complete. Okay, so here just define a function calculator and nothing we are passing here. Def calculator, and everything from entering number 1 to the last point, this should be indented. So this is what in this function, and here we can call, but first if no, then first break this while loop and then call the function again, because I don't want to repeat this while loop. So first set this continue flag to false, and if you don't want to exit, then again call this calculator function. So this is what recursion, right? And else, simply if you don't put this condition, so simply you can write down else continue flag is equal to false and by. So now out of these thing, out of this definition, obviously if you are putting all the logic in this calculator function, then call this calculator function here. Okay, and within this function also. So this is what recursion. But if you are using recursion, this concept, then you have to be very careful, right, to put the exit condition, because otherwise it will be an infinite loop. Okay, now let's run this and see. First number 2 operation is into, next number 4, then 8. Want to continue with this 8? Yes. Pick an operation, suppose divide a number 2. 8 by 2 is 4.5. Now I want to start a new calculation, then n. So again it will ask enter first number 3 operation plus 5 555 8. Then I want to exit x by. So this is working. Only one thing is remaining. You have to clear if you want to clear the previous output when you want to start a new calculation, then you have to use what? That concept we have done in one of my previous video. So how to do that thing? See. Okay, so this thing we have also done in the previous project when we were discussing that silent auction program. So for that, first you have to import what? OS and where you want to clear the screen. If user enter n, then you want to start a new calculation and you want to clear the previous screen. So should continue flag becomes false, and before calling this calculator again, you have to clear the screen. So you just have to pass like os dot call this system, this function, and you have to give command. So what command you need to give? CLS. If you are using Windows, I am using Windows, then CLS. If Linux, then clear. Okay, os.system CLS. One more setting you need to do for this project, because here I want to clear the previous screen. So right click here and modify run configuration. There you will, if you will scroll down, then you have to tick this emulate terminal in output console. I have already ticked this, right? But in your screen it is not ticked. So you have to tick emulate terminal in output console and just apply and OK, right? Okay, now let's run this and see. Enter first number 1, pick an operation plus 5, 1 plus 5, 6. Okay, I want to continue with previous one. So yes, y, pick an operation minus 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. So I want to start a new calculation, n. See, all the previous things are cleared now. Now again it will ask enter first number, any operation like divide, and second number suppose 6, 0.5, and suppose I want to start a new calculation again. So n again clear. Now the problem is if I enter here float number, see, it is giving you an error, value error. invalid literal for int with base 10 if you are entering 6.7 in line number 40, 36 and 18. So now what you need to do, because while entering the number you are converting this into int, right? So better to convert this into float and same with this, because as we know with float obviously the calculation will be more accurate. Like if I am entering 5, then it would be 5.0, then obviously the calculation would be more accurate, there would be no problem. Okay, now convert this into float and float. Now let's run this. First number 4, second pick an operation plus, second number I am entering 7.8. See, now 4.0, 7.8 is equal to 11.8. Okay, x to exit. Now bye. So this is how you can do. If you want to, play with this code and you want to modify this, add some more features, you can do, right? But this was the basic one. I hope you got the working of this thing. If you're not getting this, it's okay, you can just take a break, you can just write down this thing on a piece of paper and just do a dry run manually. Okay, this line, then this line, then this line, like this. Definitely you will get it. It's not that much tough, and there are multiple ways to do this project. Switch, you can use switch case, nested if else, rather than using this functions and all, right? So I hope you got this project. Now in the next video we will see some more few simple concepts are remaining. After that we will start OOPS concept like namespaces, global scope and local scope and all. So those things we'll be discussing in the next video. Then we'll start with OOPS concept in Python. So now it's the next video. Bye. Take care.